Can hotel internet traffic be sniffed? It's as bad as open Wi-Fi. Hi everyone, I'm Leo Notenboom for askleo.com. Today's question. My friend's husband has been getting into her email even though she's not given him her password. He has confronted his sister about an email, and when asked how he got the email, he says that where he works, a large hotel chain, they have a program that searches emails for keywords and brings info up. Could that be true? Can they snoop on hotel internet traffic? Yes. Yes, they can. And I think that this is very important to realize not only when you're traveling, but in a number of other situations as well. The bottom line is that it really is as bad as open Wi-Fi. The issue with open Wi-Fi, of course, is that you're broadcasting your internet connection through the air, and anybody within range with a Wi-Fi capable machine, which is most laptops, can listen in. Which is why we focus on encryption, so that even though they might listen in, they can't see what it is you're saying. The same thing applies to hotels, whether you're using their Wi-Fi or whether you're using a wired connection. Remember, the hotel becomes your internet service provider. They are providing you with your internet service. As such, they have access to the technology that does that. They have the routers and other equipment that provides that connectivity, but more importantly, they have administrative access to all of that technology. That means that they can go into the router and literally snoop on all the traffic that is going through that network, just like open Wi-Fi. It's not just anybody, not somebody sitting in the corner, but certainly the ISP, in this case, the hotel, can see everything you're doing. So, what do you do if you're in a hotel? Well, there are a few steps you should take. Use a firewall. Make sure that the firewall in your system is turned on. The good news is that for recent versions of most operating systems, including Windows 10, it is by default. So you don't have to do anything other than maybe confirm that that's the case. Use HTTPS. HTTPS, by definition, encrypts everything between your machine and the service you're using. Now, somebody who's watching can still see that you are using that service, but they cannot see what information is being exchanged with that service. Encrypt your email connection. Now, if you're using web-based email, that falls under the category of making sure that it's all HTTPS. On the other hand, if you're using an email program like Thunderbird or Microsoft Office's Outlook, a program running on your computer, make sure that it is configured to use the SSL or TLS connection to your email service. Now, that is something that you'll have to get from the email service, and in fact, it may already be configured that way, but it's doubly important to make sure that these encryptions are encrypted so that nobody can see the content of the email as it goes by. Consider a VPN. Now, a virtual private network is an alternative, and especially if you're a road warrior, if you do a lot of traveling in a lot of different places, a VPN ultimately encrypts everything, whether it's HTTPS or not, whether you've configured your mail program correctly or not, all of it gets encrypted. You're changing who it is you trust. You don't trust the hotel, but you are trusting the VPN service. In a sense, they kind of become your ISP. So you need to make sure to choose a good one. But it is one way to make sure that your hotel, not only can they not see your data, but at that point, if you're using a VPN, they won't even be able to see what sites and services you're using. And just finally, consider not using the hotel network at all. If you don't trust them, if you really don't trust them, that's a very strong argument to either use a mobile hotspot, use your cell phone, or do something else that doesn't require connectivity. So, what do I do? Well, when I travel, I, of course, make sure to do pretty much everything I've just described. When I run an email program like Thunderbird or Microsoft Office's Outlook, I make sure the connections are SSL or TLS. They are encrypted. That's great. I make sure that anything sensitive is done over HTTPS connections. If it can't be done over an HTTPS connection, well, I probably won't do it. Or I do have the option to have a VPN. I do have a VPN service that I can use from time to time to encrypt everything. That's a great solution if it's worth the additional complexity and potentially the cost, because the free VPNs are ones you typically want to avoid. Finally, yeah, I have a mobile hotspot. I will use my cellular network instead of the hotel if I don't trust the hotel. In some cases, I've gotten better speeds out of my mobile connection, so that's another argument for going that way. But when it comes down to trust, if there's something that I fundamentally cannot do in a trusted way on the hotel network, I won't use the hotel network. I will use my mobile hotspot, or I will do whatever it is I want to do directly on my phone, taking care to make sure that the phone is not connecting to the hotel Wi-Fi, but that it is instead using its mobile data plan. I hope that was helpful. I hope that helps you stay safe as you travel. One last point. I've been talking here a lot about hotels and open Wi-Fi hotspots. Honestly, this applies anywhere you're using somebody else's internet, be it wired or Wi-Fi, be it a hotel, a library, a business, or even your neighbor's house. You don't know what their capabilities are, and when you're in that situation, they are providing you with internet. They are your internet service provider, and your internet service provider can see everything. So make sure you apply these security steps appropriately whenever you're using a network that you just fundamentally don't know whether you should trust. I hope that was helpful. I hope as you go out and travel some more, or as you use other people's internet, this gives you the idea of what you need to look for to stay safe. For updates, links related to this topic, for the original article on which this video was based, and more, visit askleo.com/3291. I'm Leo Notenboom. Thanks for watching.